as we all know, due to the COVID pandemic scenario. So, as we speak, we are still collecting the data for 2020. But we are aware the figure for 2020 would, by all means, suffer some reduction due to the fact that during the COVID time, nobody was in the forest planting. Everybody was scared and they were all at home. Yes. And so because of that, in 2021, the ministry has realized that it is important that we aggressively increase our forest cover. And we are doing that both through the Forestry Commission and also private plantation developers, and with the addition of the Green Ghana Project Initiative. I know honorable members have all been invited to participate. And very soon we will start it. We intend planting 5 million trees. The Ghana Education Service has joined us and is partnering us. They claim they will be able to do 5 million on their own through the students and then the pupils in our various schools. At the same time, the various religious bodies have also come on board. The Church of Pentecost has promised to also do a 1.2, and the Church of Pentecost is also going to do 1 million. Various chiefs, including the entire National House of Chiefs, are also on board. The whole idea of this particular project is to inculcate the habit of tree planting and also the culture of nurturing trees to ensure that they reach their gestation period. So that is why we are doing this. And these are some of the measures that we are employing to make sure that we increase our forest cover. At the same time, we are fighting galamsey, especially galamsey in the forest reserves. And that is also another measure by which we are addressing to reduce the incidence of deforestation in Ghana.
Honorable nominee, in your earlier answer, you decided to use they. And when the chairman asked you, said, because you are not part of them yet. But this one, you are talking about we. What do you mean by that?
Yes. The minister, the Honorable Samuel Abujinapo, has invited me to help in this particular project and has made me the chairperson of the planning committee. And that is why I'm using we. So with this, I'm part.
What about reclaiming the lands that have been destroyed by illegal mining? What proposals are being considered to enable us to reclaim the degraded land?
During our first tenure, we realized there was a need for us to reclaim the devastated lands. And so we went to public procurement that for permission to do a model, a pilot program, because as a state, we as a country have never undertaken reclamation projects before. It's been done by the private mining companies, but not the state. So we decided to run a pilot scheme, and that was successful. It was done around the Chebi area. It was successful, after which we planted palm trees. Now that we've done this pilot scheme and we have this, what we intend doing, should I go there and join them in the ministry with your note? What we intend doing there when I get there is to solicit and then solicit for funds, because reclamation is very expensive. We've been told that to be able to reclaim all the lands that has been devastated in Ghana would run into billions of dollars. And as such, we know that our country is not endowed with so much funds for us to use, for us to be able to undertake a total and a complete reclamation project like that. So once funds flow in, we are soliciting the help of donors and also the World Bank. The World Bank has been gracious enough and has committed some amount towards this project. But what they have committed is not enough. But we will begin with that. We will begin with that.
My last question. I would like to refer to Article 257, Clause 6. That says that every mineral in its natural state, in, under, or upon any land in Ghana, rivers, streams, watercourses throughout Ghana, the exclusive economic zone, and any area covered by the territorial sea or continental shelf is the property of the Republic of Ghana and shall be vested in the President on behalf of and trust for the people of Ghana. So you see that all mineral resources within the boundaries of Ghana is vested in the President in trust for the people of Ghana. It is for this reason that the President appointed you as a Deputy Minister to support your minister to ensure that these resources are protected for posterity. Unfortunately, under your watch, these resources have been destroyed to levels unknown to the history of this country. What difference can you offer to ensure that these resources are well protected for the upcoming generation, so that the President can be credited for having discharged this duty very well?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, under our watch, yes, there has been some devastation before. But before then, it was what there was. We came to meet a scenario where when you drove from Kumasi, that is Amyankwanta Junction, to Bodie in the western region, both left and right of the road, within 100 meters, you will meet or see an excavator just digging. That is what we came to meet. And so our first fight or first measures against illegal mining came to arrest that particular and came to address that issue. We placed the ban for over 1 year on illegal, on even mining in Ghana. That is small-scale mining in Ghana. The ban was placed, and for 1 year, nobody was mining. After that, the President set up the Interministerial Mining Committee, and that helped with coordination between all the various ministries that have something to do and a role to play in mining. We also moved on to the training of some of these illegal miners. We trained them in good practices and responsible mining.
You train illegal miners in good practice?
Yes, some of the galamseyers, yes, we train them in good practices and responsible mining at University of Mines in Takwa. Then we wrote on the community mining schemes. 20 schemes was introduced.
Mr. Chairman, he just said University of Mines. Do we still have University of Mines?
It's Mines and Technology in Takwa, now named Power Grant University. So, yeah, we did a training, we did the community mining schemes, and then We went for an election. A new regime has come. Fortunately, it's that of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who has affirmed his position, his previous position, that he is against irresponsible mining. And that is the most important, I would say the most important moral booster for whoever or those who are fighting against illegal mining, because the political world that the president has shown is spurring us on. That to the extent that when we get there, we are going to help the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. And we are not going to mince, we are not going to a bit about the bush regarding this. We are going to help him to ensure that we stop illegal mining in Ghana.
Honorable, take your time. You only to assist the minister. So,
yes, that's why I'm saying I'm going to help him.
So just tell us what you support your minister, so we save time.
And so currently there's been a new focus. The current focus is that we've designated two red zones, and that is the forest reserves and the river bodies and water bodies. That's where we are now. But that is good because it makes us focus on just these two areas. And then you don't fight the entire illegality on all fronts. And this is really helping. As we speak now, the Minerals Commission has just deployed and distributed some equipment that is going to, in future, and also those who are working legally, is going to help them to mine without the usage of mercury and other dangerous chemicals.
Thank you very much. Honorable Patricia PJ.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Congratulations, Honorable Benito, for your re-nomination as the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources. Honorable nominee, your minister, when he attended to this House, acknowledged that Ghana has enough commercial deposits of salts in addition to other minerals, which he believes should be exploited to the benefit of our citizens, and promised us that he would develop a robust salt mining industry to maximize its economic potential. Honorable nominee, do you share his view? And if yes, how are you going to assist him to achieve his promise? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, the minister said that, and it's true that we are endowed with a lot of salt deposits. I've been informed by the ministry that as we speak now, the minister has set up a committee that is going to come up with a proposal for the establishment of a salt development authority, just in line with that of the Aluminium Development Authority, VIADEC, and also the Iron and Steel Development Authority, because we should have a focus on it so that we can unearth the potential of salt in Ghana. So I am going there to support him to be able to achieve that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. The growth of bamboo and rattan is one of the ways to ensure that we can also maximize our economic value as a country. If given the nod, how do you intend to assist the minister to enhance this growth and also create awareness within the agriculture sector or forestry sector so that we'll have quite a number a sizable number of our people indulging in that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the growth of the bamboo industry in Ghana is very dear to my heart. I am a lover of bamboo. And I feel that it is important that, yes, I feel that it is important that
Come on.
emphasis is placed
Bamboo
on-
is dear to your heart, and your wife is dear to what?
I am a lover of it. Yes, you are, yes, okay. I am a lover of bamboo. I love bamboo because of its uses. There are over 1,000 plus uses for bamboo. And there are so many varieties of bamboo. So fortunately, during the last tenure, when I was made the deputy minister, I happened to attend a conference in China where at that time I was the vice chairperson for the International Association of Bamboo Society, which we call IMBA. But that was my last chairing, and after which an election was held. But the most important thing was that it actually opened my eyes for me to understand how China as a country is benefiting from bamboo. China earns over $60 billion from bamboo. The economy of the province of Hangzhou is all based on bamboo. They are able to raise revenue of over 12 billion from bamboo products alone. So I came back, and fortunately for us, at the Forestry Commission, we do have a department there called Baradep. That's the Bamboo and Rattan Department. And I have been in contact with them. We have developed a project where we intend bringing into Ghana some of the various varieties of bamboo that we don't have here, but which we think will help us. For instance,
You may be brief. You are only assisting your minister.
Yes.
So you may be brief. Because your colleagues are anxious and members want to have lunch.
yeah. Yes. For instance, if you drive past cantonments, the Kumoji area, those who do the baskets and then the rattan furniture over there, what they actually need is the bamboos with the long internode. That is not a native to Ghana. Currently, we have imported seeds of that particular bamboo, and we are growing them so that they can be available to them. I personally have brought into Ghana with the help of FORIG, that is the Forest Research Institute, the species known as the Dendrocalibos gigantes and the Dendrocalibos asper. I've brought them into Ghana so that we can grow them here because of, for instance, its size and its uses. It's the tallest bamboo we have in the world, the gigantes. And the president will be planting one at the Jubilee House on June 11th. We'll bring in one seed for him to plant there for everybody to see, because it's very interesting to see how big and tall it is. It grows to a height of 40 to 50 meters high. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Chair, I'd like to know from the nominee, how does bamboo address the issue of climate change? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, bamboo is an alternative wood product. It can be used as an alternative. And as such, if we had more bamboo here and then we introduce its usage to Ghanaians, it will help reduce the cutting and the felling of a lot of our trees in Ghana. For instance, currently, most people use bamboo as construction props Previously, we were using wawa poles for that. But currently, we are using bamboo props. And this has to be encouraged. By so doing, we don't place more burden on our forest resources. Also, bamboo is a grass. It grows fast. Mr. Speaker, is the only plant that you can watch it and see it growing. Bamboo is the only plant that you can see it in that form. And as such, because it grows faster, at 5 years, you can harvest it. And so, bamboo can help to serve as an alternative wood product for most of our wood uses. And also, currently it's expensive. There are lots of people who are making a lot of revenue out of bamboo. A pole in Accra at Moose cost around 3 cedis. And one calm, that is one plant of bamboo with all its various stands, you can get over between 50 to 100 calms. So if you plant one and you have that 50 to you can, when you harvest, you can break into about 3 parts. So that will give you 150. 150 by 3 cedis, that is 450 cedis from one bamboo shoot. So it's important that we encourage even our youth for some of them to go into bamboo production.
Yes, Nilant Vanderpool.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I want to take you back to the vexatious issue of mining. And I want to ask, who is a galamsey, who is a small-scale miner, and who is a licensed miner, and what makes any of these people illegal miners?
One, a galamsey is an illegal miner. The galamsey is an illegal miner. And even if you are a small-scale miner and you don't make sure you have all the necessary permits, the licenses, and you move straight away to mine, you are doing an illegality, and so you are a galamsey. You can have all the permits, you can have all the licenses, but then you end up working close to the river within the 100 meter distance. If you do that, then you are a galamsey. Also, if you, without any permit, you move into the forest reserve and you mine, or even if you have an entry permit into the forest reserve, what you have may be a reconnaissance license or a prospecting license, and you do not conform to the rules of prospecting, but rather move straight away to mine, you are a galamsey and an illegal miner.
Mr. Chairman, in an answer to the question posed by my leader on compulsory acquisition of land, compensations, and the rest, assuming you own, or your family, or your traditional area own a land, or acres of land, tracts of land, and 99 years ago, government acquired it and paid 20 pence as compensation. Then today, government, because the land has appreciated in value, government decides to sell the land at commercial rates to individuals. What will you do?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the figure the honorable member quoted 99 years ago, maybe today that figure we can say is not of value. But then £1 99 years ago, its value can be worth, let's say, $1 million. And that is what we must put our mind to. Yes, compensation has been paid. If you feel aggrieved that there's going to be a change in use, yes, why not? You can petition. We've had several instances like that. And the ministry will look at it based on its merits. In certain circumstances, yes, the allodial owners have been considered and they have been given back some portions of land just to serve as extra, I would say extra compensation, because they have been paid compensation anyway. Yeah, so I will try my luck. Also petition the ministry and see what will happen. But I would say I have been already settled with the amount that was paid 99 years ago.
Chair, I'm permitted for a follow-up on that. Okay. The principle of automatic release of leased lands, especially within the Greater Accra region, and particularly within the LA Traditional Council jurisdiction. Was 4 years ago you were aware that that principle was adopted. What has happened that all of a sudden government is reneging on that principle, which has resulted in tension, clashes between the indigenous people of La and government agencies?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I would say that the current tension was due to the fact that there was some bit of misunderstanding on the previous arrangement that, or the stage of discussion that they reached. The Honorable Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, when these issues started happening recently, invited me to the ministry because he wanted to know from me the position that the ministry took. Yes, there were records of all meetings that were held at the ministry, and we went through that with the Traditional Council also at the table, and we all agreed that yes, we did not come to a finality, and so there was need for more discussion. As we speak now, the minister has made me to chair that particular committee that is handling the issue. If you can cast your mind back, after the disturbances, and then now there's calm on the front. There's calm. There is no noise going on. Why? Because we are meeting them.
There's no protest or noise. What do you call noise, Mr. Nominee?
Oh, there was some bit of noise and protest.
I still want to stand by the use of the word noise.
No, I stand to be corrected.
Thank you. Continue.
Yes. So the protests have stalled. The military and the La Traditional Council, together with the ministry and Lands Commission, are still at the table. We visited the sites in contention. Surveyors have surveyed there. The military have shown us what they are doing there. And soon, a complete report will come out. And I know it will be acceptable to all parties.
My last two. Mr. Nominee, it looks like all of us for now, our attention is focused on Galamsey, Galamsey, Galamsey. But if you should pay a visit to places like, okay, let me say the coastal regions and Ghana South, Ghana West, you will observe that sand winning is another dangerous abuse of our lands. It's causing a lot of tidal waves on the coastal part of the country. What will you do to assist your minister to also have a focus on sand winning in order not for us to wait as a country for it to become a menace like the Galamsey before we start fighting this illegal activity?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the member is right. Sand winning is also as devastating enough as Galamsey. And if you look at the peri-urban areas, it's actually causing a lot of havoc. It's on record that currently in some parts of Volta region, sand is smuggled across the border into Togo for sale. And if we are not careful in addressing this particular issue, we will get to a point when our coastline and our other landscape will be destroyed entirely. With your permission and your nod, when I get there, I am going to assist my minister. My minister's attention has been drawn to this particular issue. We need to tackle it just as we are tackling Galamsey. Those who are involved, what they are doing is an illegality. But then the minister informed me that he has realized the need for us as a nation, or even the ministry and the Minerals Commission, to decentralize the issuance of permits for sand winning to the district assemblies, not the district assembly, but to the district level, where we have district mining offices. Because there are some of them who don't even know that they need a permit to win land, to win sand. And they just get their shovels and their small Kia vehicle and just go and dig the sand and then go and sell. We need to educate them for them to understand the havoc that they are causing. Also, landowners and chiefs will also be brought on board so that they too will know the harm that this is causing. When you take the topsoil, the sand winning, they take the topsoil. When you remove the topsoil, at the end of the day, the land can no more be used for agricultural purposes. And that is a harm. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Very well. Is anybody here? No. I'll take one last. Oh, Honorable, very well. After that, I'll take one last year and then we'll bring this one to.
Chairman, I have only one question. And I want to congratulate my brother on his appointment. He's a very senior colleague in Parliament. And I just want to ask him, he was at the forefront of the passage of the Lands Act. Actually, he did a yeoman's job with Honorable Adabo. I want to find out whether you've identified some challenges or you can envisage some challenges with the implementation of that beautiful legislation, the Lands Act. Whether you got the question right.
I do.
Chairman, that's my only question. Thank you.
I do. We are yet to actually fully operationalize the act. At the moment, the ministry is working towards getting a regulation as quickly as possible to back this act, to bring it into operation. So I would say that is, we are in early days now, so we have to just give some time to see what will come across. We have started receiving some petitions, not just petitions, but some memos and memoranda.
Congratulations, thank you.
Honorable Minister, Deputy Minister Designate, this thing about a law is not fully enforced, I disagree with you, and for the record, once the President assigns it to it, it is enforced. If there's any portion that needs regulation, that regulation would be used to facilitate the other part. But for now, if you procure land and you don't state that it is for you and not you and your spouse, it should be assumed that it's for you and your spouse. So that part is always interesting to me.
Yes, for the correction.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I wasn't supposed to ask the nominee a question, so I will just make it one question. Congratulations, honorable nominee. But let me find out from you. You were at the ministry that you are returning as deputy minister, if the House so approves. When the ministry, together with other ministries, engage in the fight against Galamsey, that got botched with a lot of very unpleasant things happening with regard to the fight. The missing Galamsey, the missing excavators and all of that. Again, we have issues relating to land that was supposed to have been returned to the La people, not returned to the La people. I am aware there is a committee that you are supposed to be chairing in relation to the land around the Burma camp area. These are all residual things that the current ministry is going to be dealing with. But you were there when it all started. So the Galamsey fight was botched. The land issues are many, including the civil aviation area lands and all of that. What assurance will you give this committee that you were not part of the problems then and you will be part of the solution in future?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I would like to say that I have never been part of a problem. I have always been part of the solution to the problems. And when the honorable member says botched up attempt, I would say it wasn't botched up. There were a lot of successes that were choked. And this second fight against illegal mining is going on with some of these measures that were put in place, with additions. The most important one that I feel is happening now is to do with stakeholder engagement and educating. That is education and educating the people who are involved or were involved in Galamsey. Currently, the buy-in of the entire National House of Chiefs have been sought. We've been to meet all our paramount chiefs. We have even started town hall meetings. One has been done in Takwa and another one has been done in Kumasi. We intend to reciprocate it across the country. And also, we are going to expand and increase the number of community mining schemes, because that we have realized is a very good alternative, because under the community mining schemes, you can bring together artisanal miners, train them, put them in an area that has already been proven to have some gold resources, and monitor them and ensure that they do the right thing, having in mind and in consideration all the necessary safety measures. This is going on, and I think we are going to, and I believe we are going to achieve what we intend doing by ridding this country of illegal mining.
Thank you. You're done. Thank you. Yes, final one here. Then I'll go.
Chairman, nominee, colleague in Parliament, I have a quiet name for him, and he knows the name. Forestry cover of the Republic of Ghana in fast depletion, very worrying for the sustainability of the environment. What plans do you have to assist the minister to improve Ghana's forestry cover? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, at the beginning of the century, we had 8.2 million hectares of forest cover, and this included the 1.6 million hectares of dedicated forest estate. Currently, and from the 80s till now, we have depleted our forest cover to the extent that we now have about 4.6 million hectares. These 4.6 million hectares, Mr. Chairman, out of that we have the 1.6
Chairman, you are sharing statistics with me. What will you do to assist your minister to improve it?
Oh, yes. Previously and now, I'm aware the ministry has come up with several projects that is going to help to increase the forest cover of the country.
Name one of those
one
projects.
Of them
one specificity.
One of them has to do with ensuring that, for instance, trees are planted on almost every cocoa farm. Because why this is important is that cocoa farms are out of forest reserves.
We know when he wanted the specific. As for why it is important,
okay.
Can you leave that for now?
Okay.
Chairman, when he got to cocoa farms, he was opening his eyes to threaten me. Allowances of workers at the Forestry Commission. Is government in arrears? The young people working in the Forestry Commission.
Yes, government is in arrears.
For how many months?
It used to be 5 months, but as we speak now, 1 month has been paid, and I have been assured by the minister that the Ministry of Finance has promised to get them 2 months by the end of next week. 2 months payment by the end of next week.
Are they NAPCO employees at the Forestry Commission, or they were just recruited directly?
These are not NAPCO employees. These are youth that were recruited at the various district level.
How their number?
It used to be around 54,000, but currently it's gone down to 45,000. This is because some of them, through their own volition, have weaned themselves off the program. And so we have reduced the number.
Chairman, I should leave it here, but just to draw Minister's attention, I have Labaga on the Yendi Road. There is a forest reserve there that the people think that has been kind of abandoned. And I'm sure in many other areas of the country, you may have similar situations. The Morley Game Reserve, what's the status of it? And what are you doing to use it as an attractive tourist destination for our country? As you drive through you just still see that some of the road beyond what was done, Damongo Solar Road, is still not in good shape. What plans do you have, the ministry, and what's the status of it? It's now called Zina, I believe. Zina Lodge. Thank you, Chair.
Zina Lodge, Mr. Chairman, is a facility on the Mole Game Reserve. It is not the new name of the reserve. It's just a facility that is there. The issue about roads, the ministry is in touch with the Ministry of Tourism and then also Ministry of Roads and Highways to work on the roads. One particular good initiative that went on during the past 4 years was the issue of inventory of the animals on the Mole Game Reserve. It was important because in trying to sell the reserve outside the shores of Ghana, we had to, first of all, know the number of animals there and the species of animals there. So that inventory was undertaken, and also we needed that particular inventory so that the reserve can then be accepted as a UN heritage reserve. And so that has been done now. For your information, we now have more elephants than we thought we had. And that is a good thing.
Why are you interested in elephants and not antelopes, Chairman?
The more elephants we have, the better for Ghana.
Yet when you see the animal, you are frightened. Even you run. Thank you, Chairman.
Very well. I am supposed to close. I didn't have a question, but Honorable Muntaka walked in late, and he wants to find out what you did or what use did you put the drones the ministry acquired to fight Galamsey. What did you use those drones for?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the drones were procured by the Interministerial Committee on Illegal Mining. They were never at the disposal of our ministry. As we speak now, they are yet to be returned, and once we receive them, we will use them as we deem fit.
Very well. I have no question of my own. I only gave a favor to Honorable Muntaka because he came in late. So, very well. I'll allow you one more question. After doing one for you, kindly ask one question.
Chairman, you know today we are mandating from the chamber to the committee, and the two leaders, sometimes it's difficult for all of us to be at the same place. I wanted to find out from the Deputy Minister nominee, they set a target of 23rd June 2021 to return a lot of lands to their appropriate stools. We are just some few, maybe 3 weeks away from the set date. And he was there, very active, Deputy Minister. Where have they reached with this?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we did not set the date that the honorable member is talking about. But then, you know, the New Lands Act, what it said was that 6 months after coming into being of this act, the Lands Commission will take steps to recommend through the minister to the president for the divesting of some vested lands in the north and other parts of Ghana. So the process is ongoing. What the act said was that steps must be taken. As we speak, as we sit here now, those steps are ongoing. I have been informed by the minister.
All right. Thank you very much. Honorable Benito Owusu, we thank you for attending upon the House to answer questions. You'll hear from us later. For now, you're discharged. Thank you for coming to support your son.
Mr. Chairman, can I acknowledge them?
We have stopped doing that, but because she's a member of the Council of State, I give her the honor. Please, don't extend it for me. Thank you.
You are saying my wife. That's not my wife.
Chairman.
That's my...
Chairman, since he's interested in sitting here,
executive.
can we continue the questioning? If he's interested in sitting there, then we should continue with the questioning. You are a senior member of parliament.
Oh, is that who? The MC? Oh, is that you? Hey, very well. Because we have stopped doing that, I'll see you privately. Thank you. Discharge now, kindly. Can you bring in Honorable Obiama?
Say,